Good evening all. So today we'll be talking about a very interesting topic that affects many people in many countries, which is about despotism. And this topic is quite interesting. It's something that sometimes people don't understand very well. Some writers have been writing about this. So let's start talking about despotism. So what is despotism? Despotism is about ruling a country or a particular group of people and subjecting your opinion and decisions and not considering other people's decisions. It's about if I may say, abdicating decision and sometimes resources for the interest of all or for the interest of yourself. So it's about controlling the resources, controlling opinions, controlling thoughts in order to move a group of people forward, or in order to control a group of people, or in order to there will always be a group of people that you control. So there was a very famous writer, Arabic writer called Abdurrahman al-Kawakibi, and he talked about pattern and habits of despotism. He has written this famous book saying that despotism is always similar in different forms and in different ways, and it might hide in different. It might hide in different frameworks or different scenarios, but eventually it is the same. And they sometimes use different tools. It could be some people. So they say General Franco used football as a way of control or as a way of managing public opinion. So there are different creative ways that tyrannies or people who are in power, and tyranny is a little bit excessive word for describing the word despotism, but there are many ways, there are many tools that people use in order to control others. Now, what I want to talk about is that I think despotism has different levels. I think the first level is someone that is controlling thoughts and opinion, which is sometimes in many cases, people who are intellectuals, they might think this is not acceptable at all. But most people might consider if things will work in this way, then so be it. The second one is about controlling resources, and the third one is about controlling resources, opinion, and subjecting aggressiveness and oppression against other people. And I think the third type is the worst. And the third type is the worst because it is if people who are in power just want to take control of their own decision, and they just want to do whatever they think in their minds, a lot of people will not support them, but some people will stay with them. But if this group of people has seen this level of aggressiveness and oppression and let me say unjust behavior, these people will always look at the person who's in control as a tyranny. And it's very important that whatever you think yourself or people around you, whether you are a good someone who, let me say, whether you are a good tyranny or a bad tyranny in different ways. So you should always try to avoid excessive oppression what I want to say here, there are different ways of looking at despotism, and one of these ways that sometimes you can see it as a good, and we have noticed that in some countries where they have managed to make a great economical progress because there was one person who's in control. He has managed to make some policies of anti-corruption, and he has managed to control the resources into particular decision. So it was good for his country. And sometimes you see another example where someone has managed to build some level of security. Maybe he did not manage to build a great economical perspective, but he built a very strong security institutions. And so sometimes it can be good, but also in many cases it can be bad because it can spread unfairness and unjust behavior, and can spread corruption. So it's about people who should be able to transfer power smoothly. And I agree and I have been subjected to this experience before, that trying to give someone else the power that you has is not easy, and something that if you have been in a position of responsibility, that you feel, I want to give this person the responsibility of, could be of my life or not could be of my life. And so I was managing a small company with a group of people, and at one point I felt that this responsibility is just too much and it's not going forward, and it's not working with me as I'm expecting. So I thought of selling the company. So when I thought of selling the company, and the moment of purchase happened, there was like a transfer of management. So I had to leave, and when I had to leave, I had to just give everything, just leave my desk, leave the laptops, leave the computers, and uh, just carry on with my life. And because it was an old company, I felt strongly that something bad happened in the beginning. So I was a little bit sad. But after sometimes, because I was highly convinced that this was the right decision, I felt a lot of relief, and I felt happy in general, because I felt this responsibility is not on my shoulders anymore, and and I have been happier. So yes, sometimes if sometimes giving responsibility to others, or even shifting the full responsibility, sometimes can be something good. Uh, that has been said. I think this is what I want to talk about, despotism. I know that this talk is not, let me say, this talk is not uh, as I'm expecting in terms of quality. However, I think this is what I would like to say. It's a very tricky topic, especially talking about it in our region, but I think this is what I can tell you about it. So have a great evening, and we'll see you in our second talk. Salam.